We are clearly not in Colorado anymore. Last night when we got to this campground, we totally forgot that it was Labor Day weekend and it was so packed. So we just took a little break and decided to start with you guys here today because now the campground is completely empty and it's a great time to kind of catch you up on where we are and what we've been doing and kind of what we're doing forward. So we've been in Colorado since June 1st, like the last 3 months, and we have finally made our way to Utah. We are here in the Colville area, which is right outside of Salt Lake, kind of by Park City. And we're here for work. We're shooting some content for the campground. We're actually full-time videographers, photographers, just full-on content creators. So things that you don't see on here are also, you know, things that we deliver to clients and things like that. So we're here for work, which is a great time to reset. So we're gonna dump our tanks, fill our tanks with water, charge our batteries, do our laundry, and just kind of reset because we've been sort of off grid for the last 3-ish months with a little bit of interruptions here and there when we hopped in the campgrounds for work or maybe just got power overnight somewhere. We also just had family in town, and then we had the Overland Expo as well, which is why we were kind of MIA out here. We had family in town for a week and it was such a great time showing them around and just showing them a little bit of our lifestyle and why we like Colorado, and then, or why we love Colorado. And then we had the Overland Expo in Loveland, Colorado, and since then we are kind of making our way over here slowly. And also it's nice being in a campground and being able to reset because we can receive some packages. So we have an awesome sponsor for this video, which is a big upgrade for our off-grid truck camping setup, and we'll touch on that in a little bit.
One thing I love about being in campgrounds is being connected to water and having unlimited water. It is so great for just getting a really good clean, especially on dishes, because when we're boondocking, we clean the dishes as good as we can, but we also try to clean them pretty quick because we don't want to run out of water. So I'm going to clean the dishes, clean the bathroom. It's also great for being able to spray behind the toilet and just get the bathroom nice and clean, get the floors nice and clean. So this morning is going to be for a little bit of cleaning. Now that all the dishes are done, it's time to get a little sweeping and vacuuming in. I like to use this vacuum around the corners where it's kind of hard to sweep, and then sweep up the rest of the floor. And I do this a bunch of times a day, probably 2 times a day, and I'm always amazed at how dirty it gets in here. But I guess with us and the dogs coming in and out, it makes sense in such a small space, but at the same time, every time I still am like, I did this like a couple hours ago. See what I mean? And this is not even that much. This I did last night, but since we're staying in a campground, it doesn't get as dirty in here, but still, we swept last night. Last but not least, it is time to clean up this bathroom. The floor's a little gross, and we have some towels hanging, or a bathing suit hanging, towels hanging that are drying because we went in the pool last night. But yeah, let's clean this bathroom up. Yeah, see there's some bugs, hair, dirt, just random stuff. So being able to take the shower head and get it back there is the best way to clean in here. I even spray out the whole toilet. I just feel like it's a really good way to clean it, and then I'll just wipe everything down, dry it all off after. All done. Much better in here now. Looking good.
This morning we got a ton of work done and got the camper cleaned up a little bit. Obviously we still have to like do laundry and all that, but one step at a time. And this step is trash and taking the dogs for a little walk.
The RV park that we're at is a Ameri-Kart, and it is in Colville, Utah. We've also stayed at their one in Page, Arizona, and they're super nice, super just modern, and the bathrooms and everything are so nice. But they also have these ropes courses and zip lines, and it makes it very family friendly.
I don't know how those kids are doing flips on here.
There's literally a campsite. This is a campsite right under us. And when we were here the other day, people were actually camped here. They were camped all along here, so they were just under all these people on the ropes courses. And it was really loud, so it kind of would be fun to be in one of those spots, but crazy.
We ran into town earlier today to do some chores, and unfortunately, I mean, we got a lot done, but they took a lot longer than we expected. But now we're back at the campsite, and it is currently 10:30 p.m., which is super late for us, but we're back. And we're huge on like late night protein ice cream. So when we first met, we used to devour Halo Tops and all those, you know, protein ice creams that they have on the shelf now that aren't really the best for you in terms of ingredients. But for Ashleigh's birthday back in July, my mom actually got Ashleigh a Ninja Creamy, which is basically kind of an ice cream maker. This is like the little tub thing that goes into it, and so we've been using it almost every single night. And this is protein ice cream that's very simple. It's just plant-based protein powder and like almond milk or coconut milk. That usually the almond milk we make ourselves, so we know there's like minimal ingredients, and then stevia for a sweetener and all that. So definitely better than the Halo Top, and it's delicious. So we're gonna have this and then call it a night. And a lot of people might think it's a little excessive that we have a ice cream maker thing in here, but honestly we have so much storage in this new 820 that it literally, this is it here. And it does more than just ice cream. It does smoothies and sorbets, gelatos, milkshakes, slushies, frozen drinks, and much more. But we made space for it because we have space for it.
And it's so worth it.
And it's so worth it. And it doesn't use that much power either, so it's definitely a 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
The flavor of the night is mint chocolate ice cream. This is so easy to use. You literally just put a little carton or whatever in here, and then you put this on the top. You put it in here, and I don't really know all the settings. I just know the ones that I use. So I press bottom, light ice cream, 4 minutes, and go. Once it's spun, it kind of looks like this, and then I'm going to add in the chocolate chips now. We've been really liking these ones recently. They're oat milk chocolate chips, and they're really good. Add some in. You go ice cream, and then you press mix it. And this is the finished product. We love experimenting with different recipes. Our favorite one that we've done is a chocolate peanut butter banana ice cream. Honestly, like we haven't made another recipe that's beat that one, but this is the first time making the mint chocolate chips. So we're gonna enjoy this, and we'll see you guys in the morning.
Good morning, y'all. This morning has been pretty laid back, but it's about time to do that upgrade we were talking about at the beginning of this video. So I want to take a second to introduce the sponsor of today's video, which is Ameri-Kart. Ameri-Kart is freshwater tanks that are designed to be durable and easy to use, while also ensuring that you have access to fresh and potable water. What I love about these tanks is that they're made of plastics that are not only weather and impact resistant, but they're also BPA-free, made in the USA, so it can't get any better. And these water tanks are OEM quality, so you can install them on your RV, motorhome, travel trailer, tiny home, food stand, concession stand, literally anything you can think of. And so we're not installing this to replace our water tank in our truck camper. We are installing this under our flatbed to expand how much water we can actually have. So we'll have the original 30 plus gallons on board, plus this 12 gallons here. So I'm going to show you a little drawing that I drew up. I am not an engineer. If you're not a DIYer, please seek a professional to install this or an installer, but I'm YouTube certified and I got this. So let me show you my drawing. So here's my drawing here. You can see the water tank. I'm not the best drawer, nor am I the best engineer. So this is just gonna have to work and your imagination's gonna have to flow. But here's our water tank. So how I am installing it is up and down. So it's gonna be, instead of flat, it's 9 inches wide, 15 inches tall. This is 24.5, but I crossed it out. It's 24.5 inches long, which I have the perfect space for. So what we have going on here is we have two lines up here, one here and one here, and these are the flatbed rails. These are under the flatbed. These are what the deck mounts to on the bottom side of the flatbed. And basically what's gonna happen is we're gonna have threaded rods go up through the frame of that flatbed. And on the top side is gonna be a washer, a lock washer, and a nut. And on the bottom side is gonna be a washer and a nut. So that's kind of sandwiched in onto the frame of the flatbed. And on the bottom side, we are going to have a flat bar, just steel, with, again, on the top side, a washer and a nut, washer and a nut, and on the bottom side, washer, lock washer, nut. This is gonna go one on each side, just like this. Whoa, one on each side. And then it's gonna be like that on the back side as well, so over there. And these are gonna go into that framing on the flatbed, and then it'll have a very similar scenario, so we can literally just flip it over to give you the idea. Pretend like my template is the flatbed, or the railing on the flatbed. It'll be the same thing on the top, and then a flat washer and a nut. And I'm only showing you this outside of, or on the top side of the truck camper, because down there is a very, very tight space. It's gonna be very difficult to show you what's going on. We're gonna do our best to show little snippets of it, or whatever we can get, and then show the final installation when it's done. I actually made this template as well, which is going to be for our gravity fill, which will be on this side of the truck over here, hopefully. Let's see how, good I am with an angle grinder, that kind of stuff. But the freshwater tank won't be sitting like this under the truck. It'll be sitting lengthwise under the truck, or under the flatbed, literally about right here. Enough talking, let's start installing. Basically what we're doing here is installing the fittings. And so this is where we have a little ball valve for when we connect the water pump to this. So when it's off, when there's no pump connected, because we got a little removable 12-volt pump, this will stay closed. And this is the overfill valve, or vent, for the gravity fill. So we're gonna install our things here. This is also gonna act as a low point drain as well, so I won't be doing anything here.
Grayson is doing the finishing touches, putting the screws in our little water fill up. We actually already have the water filling up in the tank down here. It's kind of hard to see, but I can hear it going in. Oh, you take it out? Let's fill it up.
Now we have a 12-gallon auxiliary water tank installed. This is the little port, for the water to go in. It's a gravity fill. It does need one more screw, but we're not Home Depot, so we'll have to go get one. You can see it just runs down here, and what's nice is we did buy a pump for this piece down here, and so I'm going to keep this in here to keep it clean. But basically what happens is you connect the water pump to here, if you can see. You connect the water pump to this side, and then you turn on the pump, but at the same time you open this valve, and the water comes out. So you can see there's tons of water in there. There's plenty of water, and basically to use it, all you have to do is hook up the pump that we have, which is from Amazon. But I'm not going to talk much about the pump because this is all about the water tank. And you hook up the pump, and it's got a little nozzle on the end, so you can use it to shower. You can just connect it to the other side to fill up our tanks again. But we're so glad that this is in. This is something we've been wanting to do for a while. And if you like camping off grid, or you have a truck camper, or just a camper in general, I guarantee that you can find a use for one of these water tanks. So thank you, Ameri-Kart, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to all the things we have to do at this campground.
For the rest of the night, we're just gonna kind of hang out and plan our fall travel. We'll give you a little, idea of where we're going and what we're doing once we have a better idea, hopefully by tomorrow. And then tomorrow we have laundry, and then we're gonna dump and fill our tanks. We filled this tank that we just put in here, but we're gonna fill our other tank too, because tomorrow we leave the campground.
It is our last morning here in the campground, so we are doing last minute laundry, and it's a lot of it. So we're doing our sheets, we're doing all of our clothes that we've been wearing for the last, 1.5, 2 weeks. So it's a lot. Hopefully these machines can handle it. Let's get it done. Laundry's complete. Now it's time to do our last final few tasks. First one is filling up our water.
Our water tanks are filled and our black and gray tanks are dumped. We got so much done hanging out here at the campground. It's been such a nice place to relax and get everything done and also install that water tank. I'm super excited about having that extra water. And from here, our plan is to head to Idaho and then just keep going north and chase the fall leaves south. We absolutely love fall, especially being from Florida where we don't get those seasons. So every time fall comes around, we're really excited for it. So we have some super exciting fall plans. We don't have specific places we're going yet, but just stay tuned and we're going to share all that with you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be notified when we post next, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.